Welcome back to another video of Red Lion Yeps. So today I want to kind of talk about Steven Universe and how peak that show was. Now, it ended 7 years ago on January 21st, so it's been 7 years yesterday. Today's Thursday now. But I swear to God, Steven Universe was such peak. I learned so much from that show. I just love how the show, and I'm trying to remember and shit, but I just love just how real the show was. Just like the emotional connection everyone has to each other, and understanding Rose Quartz, understanding why she did what she did, the things she did. Like, I like how everyone held her accountable. Like, the way that you handled the situation probably wasn't the best. She had to lie to people. Rose had to do painful things. But at the same time, we were able to eventually understand as to why she did those things. And, Steve Universe is, I watched it as a kid, and then I watched it again. Like, I was binge watching it back in 2021, and low key, I might binge watch it again. You know, like, so what if I'm an adult, What the fuck is wrong with watching cartoons and shit? But, I just wanted to just kind of quickly say, just like what a great show Steve Universe was. And seeing the diamonds get redeemed really was something I never thought I'd see. It really was something else. And recently I kind of read up on when, you know, I kind of wanted to understand more as to how the whole process worked with Rose Quartz giving up her physical form and her pretty much her identity to bring her son Steven into the world. And Rose doing that for her son really shows how much Rose loved Steven before he was even born. It showed how much care she had for him. And she gave up her life for her son. And Steven was raised, obviously like he never met his mother, but he always has felt connected to her. Um sorry, I guess it's like 12 in the morning, almost 1 a.m. I'm like, my brain's fried, but I just really love Steven Universe. I mean, I could go on for hours or days as to why I love it, but I missed the show. I believe that it ended off, on a strong foot. Some people say that the finale was ass or whatever. I mean, I'm not sure as to what people were expecting. Because like White Diamond took Steven's gem out, and she was expecting to see Pink Diamond, but it was just Pink Steven. And so, Pink Diamond is dead. Obviously, she's forever gone, and that's just something that everyone just has to accept, and they did accept that. So whenever you take Steven's gem out, it's just pretty much it's basically him, but like his gem form. It's like his soul or something like that, I guess. But yeah, because gems are immortal, by the way. Obviously, gems are immortal, and so it's interesting when you really think about it because Pink Diamond could have existed forever. Gems they don't have an age where they die, but Pink Diamond cut her life short so that she could give Steven his own mind. She gave up her form. She gave up, like, she died creating Steven, and she completely knew, like this was not something that she kept from people. Like, she told Pearl, she told Garnet, she told Amethyst. Obviously, Greg knew, his Steven's father. I mean, you guys already know these things, but it's. I mean, it was really just an incredible show of love, and it's just so much. Honestly, it's so much. But yeah, reflecting on Steven Universe, I'm so glad I watched the show. I'm so glad I watched this show. I mean, the show is just true peak, amazing. And I feel like that people hate on Steven Universe a little bit for whatever reason. It's like it's not even. It's not even like a bad show. Like, it's really good, and sure, lesbians are kind of shown as Steven Universe or whatever, and that's perfectly fine. That's completely fine. And not everyone is going to really like nor understand, but I really loved Steve Universe, and honestly, I gave it like a, I gave it I fuck I can't talk. I give it like a 9 out of 10. I give it a 9 out of 10, honestly. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to reflect on the show after 7 years. I used to even make drawings of Steve Universe, the diamonds. I actually remember because like I remember back in like 2018 or like before White Diamond was revealed because we knew about White Diamond, but we didn't know how she looked. I should show you guys the drawings one day. But yeah. So I used to draw out the characters too. I used to be really into art when I was a kid, like when I was a teenager, and I kind of still am, but I just don't really like draw or like that stuff anymore. But yeah, yeah, it's just I even used to write my own stories. Well, not really my own stories. I just kind of write books about the shows I liked and kind of just like writing it in a chronological order. I don't know. That's just what I liked to do back then. And I did that for Steve Universe. And then we also learned about Spinel. And obviously, it's so fucked up how Pink Diamond just left Spinel waiting all by herself for 6,000 years. And, it was really heartbreaking. But Spinel is, I mean, it's like when I watched like that movie, bro. Like I remember I watched it back in like 2019. I think it was Labor Day. I went back to school the next day and I was thinking about the movie the whole day after, like cuz that Tuesday when I went back to school. Dude, so fucking crazy like reminiscing on this shit. But like dude, Spinell's songs are just like the song like bro, like oh my god. Like fucking amazing. I mean, but it was such an emotional movie. Yeah, sorry if I'm getting it wrong. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. I do not remember. It's been a long time. But seeing Spinel being able to heal and talk to Pink Diamond's son, Steven, and her being able to just, eventually start to heal from. Because, I mean, she waited for Pink Diamond for 6,000 years only to find out that she was dead and that she was survived by Steven. And she found that out suddenly. And it's like, I sometimes wonder what the hell would have happened if Spinel never, like, saw, like, found out. Like, what if she have just kept waiting there? But it's just insane how everyone just kind of forgot about Spinel. Now, obviously, I feel like Spinel obviously wasn't really like a character that the people like Rebecca Sugar and the others thought about until like later. Cause I mean the diamonds, like everyone just completely forgot about her, it seems. And it's like Pearl, I mean, Pearl, she knew even about Pink Diamond secrets. Pearl just knew a lot of things that other people didn't know. And she also knew about Spinel. But I'm sure she didn't know that she was just waiting for Pink Diamond to finally return and come and get her after 6,000 years. I mean, Spinel waited there for 6,000 years. I mean, that is such an incredibly, unfathomably long amount of time. And I really like Spinel, because despite everything that happened to her, she still could put a smile on her face and she could still be happy. And she went to live with the Diamonds again, and the Diamonds kind of saw her as Pink though, and I feel like that the Diamonds, because they really missed Pink. They've been missing her for years, and they probably still do, obviously. To Yellow and Blue, Pink was like their sister, and to White, Pink was like her daughter, and so they first saw Steven as Pink Diamond. They literally thought it that he was Pink Diamond, but he's not. He's his own person. He is his own. He has his own mind, his own thoughts, his own identity. And I hope this video doesn't suddenly end. If it does, I'm sorry. I'll just post whatever is filmed, just whatever. But and lost my train of thought. God damn it! But they saw Steven as Pink, and he had to tell them that he wasn't her. And Spinel, she also isn't Pink. Pink is gone. Steven is Pink Diamond's son. or well, we call her Rose Quartz now. Steven is Rose's son, and Spinel is Rose's best friend, former best friend, I guess. But Pink Diamond is obviously gone. And another thing is that Spinel, I mean, and obviously, her reading in space there for 6,000 years is terrible. But at the same time, she was able to avoid the attack that happened on Earth. I mean, there were so many gems that were corrupted, and I'm really happy that the diamonds, yellow, that were able to start healing the gems. They were able to start healing the gems and uncorrupting them. But it took so long just to get to that point. But some people ask if the diamonds can ever truly be redeemed or not. Now, the diamonds have done unforgivable things. How they treated Pink, locking her up in the tower whenever she misbehaved. That's abuse. But the diamonds, they really they were abusive towards each other. White was manipulative and neglected. She wasn't really there. Yellow kind of is more abusive. Blue's kind of more emotionally abusive. Pink Diamond kind of was the one who kind of lied because she fucked up with Bismuth. She fucked up with a lot of people. And it's not like Pink is a bad person. She's not. She just made some bad choices. And she gave birth to Steven and died. Pink, she's gone, obviously. But that happened before she could ever really make things right with Spinel, with Bismuth, and with other people. Garnet and Amethyst had no idea that Rose was Pink Diamond, so they felt betrayed. There's only one person that ever knew in the world. Not even the other diamonds knew this. Because Rose had faked her death. She had faked her own shattering just so that she could live freely. That's how the war would end, and that's what happened. But Rose knew she could tell Pearl. And Pearl never told a single soul. And she kept that secret for, I think, 10,000 years. And so, just a really interesting show. And yeah, there's no other show like Steven Universe. It's truly one of a kind. And yeah, I'm really glad I was able to watch it and experience all of that because, I'm not crying. My eyes was like dry, but anyways, that is going to do it for this episode of Red Lion Yaps. Thank you for joining. I don't know if I'm going to be doing streams or long form videos like this one. I'm not sure yet. This might get 0 views, whatever. I'm glad I yapped. It was cool to yap to you guys about Steven Universe. But yeah, that is going to be the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video. And peace out.